Tonight's gonna be some more Dogma. Think I'm gonna just focus until I finish it completely. And maybe, hopefully, I can hit the desert sometime tonight. Try to speed things along, but we'll see what happens. I did notice the game's kinda performance wise, it's starting to act a little strangely. So I'm expecting it might crash once or twice, but hopefully that's not the case. But let's see what happens. Without further ado, let's begin.
At any rate, none among us specialise in close quarters combat.
I mislike our odds in a melee.
Mayhap someone could change vocation. We shall wait here till your business is done.
I don't know what it is exactly with this area for whatever reason, but since I saved here and loaded it up in this place, like performance wise, it's a mess.
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up.
Dear me.
You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. Go on. Ask away. Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, once. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Luckily for me, you were different. Knew I was right to bet in favor of the Arisen. Anyway, most visitors get fooled into going up to the manor. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, good riddance. Anyone that complacent has got no business being a thief. We only train the rare few who make it here. Some might go so far as to say that the entire village was built around this spot. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester, but he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar in his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should do the trick.
Rare if it did much for me.
These old bones grow weary. Dear me.
You're the one then? Fie. I'd hoped I'd not be seeing you here.
You've my gratitude.
How dare you? How dare...
You've my gratitude.
Not half bad!
That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next time, then.
Stomach's complaining. I'll have an early
Is the grave here? I've a mind to sing.
Time...
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time. Well met, sir.
Here, if you please.
Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye. Take care then.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next? If I were you, Master, I'd not leave this unread.
Shall we take a closer look?
Shall we seek out the young man from the other day? I can guide you there if you wish.
A guide is most welcome. Now we
Hoi, friend! Have you any time for me today? I dare say we're overdue another talk. There's something I've come to understand during my stolen hours exploring these streets, and I wanted to share it with you. Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives. It seems a simple observation, I know, but to me, 'Twas a revelation, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant, to be willed about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I'd best be off. I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
Tis no great shock to me. I expect Captain Brant will want to hear of this.
Go on, have a look.
This rumour has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the rift that makes us a danger to ourselves and others. Symptoms include an unruly attitude and overconfidence, and in the end, we turn our backs on our master and our duty.
How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number. We must rest. I return safe and sound, and I dare say wiser for my travels.
'Tis an odd thing to wake after the sun has fallen.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Ready to forge on?
How fare you this day, Master? I only pray you're as content as I am.
Aye, 'tis dull. At least I've a roof o'er my head.
So we finally arrived. Apologies, Master, but
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Slept a wink.
Just grateful I get to lead a quiet life. I'd gladly while away an afternoon. Let's take it easy.
'Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty. my training regime. I dare say I could forget all my troubles here.
Such quietude is a blessing.
Those recruits don't know pommel from point.
Mayhap I'll buy myself a new sword next play.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Kin Sven, where have you been, your grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Prithee, inform us when you return to the chamber. If aught should happen.
Mayhap I'll come here whenever day to myself.
The masquerade is already underway, sir. 'Twill be a long night. Longer still for those of us on guard. But not at the expense of my duty.
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored out my skull guarding the palace.
I like on me to bear what younger shoulders can't.
Have you heard? There's to be more restrictions on goods traded with Batal. Apparently, even privately owned items will come to be curtailed soon.
How dreadful! I have some servants ferrying things over from Batal.
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me. Such quietude is a blessing.
our peers seem so much more capable.
I've a niggling feeling I've forgotten something.
My sword arm could use some work.
If you've naught to say, I'd best be going.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
Nah, we have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area.
Well, scour all you like.
In here.
I've been here the whole time. Open up! Open this door right now. We're coming in.
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playgrounds? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on then, keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty. Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye, aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check, lest you forget these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phaesus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment that caters to certain pleasures. You're welcome to come and play anytime, if you escape with your life, that is. Know, however, that our services do not come cheap. Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me. Come see me in my bordel. I'll instruct my attendants to send you.
There's no shame in living life for its pleasures.
Some patrons can be rather demanding.
Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
My whiskers are looking a tad crooked, I fear.
Could have sworn I had ought to attend to.
It's high time I moved on.
If it please you, sir, we have a special membership card available that can provide ever more enticing benefits.
Might have a little kip.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace. Bunch of sluggards. Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace.
Slim pickings of late. Am I losing my touch?
Still too early to say how.
Always another errand. Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
Need anything?
Well met,
letting
sir.
down your hair now and then.
Come to brighten my day with a tale or two.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you, take this.
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
This is beautiful.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your it seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for your Majesty's efforts.
Outstanding.
Done at last.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes, even were he to be removed. I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Queen...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen... Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, Your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If Your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, I'm afraid this paper alone does not constitute sufficient proof. Ah, but of course. I surmise Your Majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces. And all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter personally. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, Your Majesty. Your aid has been invaluable.
So, the false sovereign operates at the behest of Queen Regent Disa. The spider has woven her web rather carefully.
To break the law is to be thrown in jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance, despite the hardships of their work.
Then we'd best keep some coin on hand to ease our potential warders' suffering and make them an ally to our cause.
I'm glad of any business in these troubled times.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Well met, sir. Always gotta be in the thick of things, me.
No shame in letting down your hair now and then.
My body's not for you.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist.
Always a pleasure.
How's life treating you? Peruse at your neck.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Should we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
This armor's a bit bland.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Ho, ho! To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the Arisen. If only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect it. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet to arrive. And 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection ere 'tis made whole. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit to the sculptor in my stead. The man's home is located in Batal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's completion.
Let us speak with everyone we can think of who might know aught of use.
The sculptor's home is located in...
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
What is life without a little spice? I could use a bit of excitement in my life.
The wind blow my
drawn to quiet spots
their
like
own.
this.
The world's better.
To be frank, I don't like this at all.
There's aught about you, I have to say. You're not like my other patrons. Have I caught your eye? By all means, seek me out. Should you wish... Sensational. Aha! Fear not. I only bite those I find irresistible. I shan't brook any boorish inquiries about my other patrons. Astounding. There's aught about you, I have to say.
'Tis good to be reunited.
Silence cultivates wisdom. Might have a little kid.
Then I shall remain by your side.
Mustn't let it burn.
I'll teach him a lesson in sweet wit.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come.
Oh, very well. Back to your side I go.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
Ah, Sir Arisen. I've been meaning to speak with you. Did you, perchance, pay a visit to the House of the Blue Sunbright? I see. After the rather strongly worded letter I received, I feared as much. 'Twas under unique circumstances, shall we say, that Daphne came to reside with us. You must understand, the House of the Blue Sunbright is our most generous benefactor, and their favor hinges upon our continued discretion. Thus, for the sake of all who reside herein, I beg you to steer Daphne away from any further contact with that household. Though it pains me to perpetuate the girl's misfortune, it must be done, if the gracious hand is to continue to function.
Ne'er in my wildest dreams could I have imagined 'twould be the magistrate you called here. Not that I'm complaining. Pray, feel at liberty to come and go as you please.
I know. It's a secret, right? Don't worry. I won't tell anyone about the old man either. Boy, how do you do? I must be good.
Do you perchance remember me? You once knew me as maid to the young master, Sebastian. Well, I'm his maid no longer. Though I meant no harm, the mistress saw fit to turn me out. Tell no other soul of this. But the girl I had you fetch was none other than Sebastian's own twin sister, afeard of inviting conflict over their inheritance. Daphne's family branded her a cursed babe and sent her away. Yet the loss of her newborn child drove the mistress half mad with grief. She's been bedridden ever since. I had hoped the sight of her long-lost daughter might rekindle some vital spark within my mistress. But alas, 'twould seem it was not to be.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
I'll go and open the chest.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself. I am grateful beyond words, so in that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humours, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms, monsters that wander the world a night.
At last! It all becomes clear.
my kind of place, this.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
What they're whispering of me now. I dread to think.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
I'll feel a sight better once I've had my dinner.
Times are hard. I'm barely scraping.
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow.
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
I do like it here, but it can get...
And I'm not the only one who's too busy to rest.
I have a terrible itch. I hope it isn't.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. But in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
This is generally used as a material.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Wickedness has no hold upon a tranquil mind. Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the Abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles. She gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below, which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see, and yet a part of me is afeared for them.
What did I do to deserve this as my lot?
Sir Arisen, I trust that you'll pray see to it that naught akin to the
Pray, follow me. Here we are.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the Abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the Abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. You've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the Abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the Abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
Right you are.
'Twould be prudent to investigate the most suspicious place first, methinks. Shall we make for the basement sick room? Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
We're here, Master.
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
Splendid. Trufe.
Can't remember the last time I had a... Never should have come here.
Life can be tiring, even if you've no trouble.
Suppose I can finish it tomorrow. Barely drag my arse out of bed. Trouble,
This town, not merely
I lack it.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected. Given the state of those assembled, I'm sure I was moaning too.
Elena. Ah, yes. The Abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker, till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the Abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. And he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter. and always a knight, as I recall.
Follow me, if you would.
I'm always willing to lend a helping hand.
Loyalty's just another way to save your own skin.
Just remember, I've some real eyes on my back.
Watching my bed.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Tastes twice as fine here.
Shall we get some rest then?
Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
If I drop dead now, who would mourn?
I get the sense scarcity is on my spend these days.
As well as
Maybe I'll keep right here.
We have reached our destination.
Wished were always night.
Just remember,
And I only had to sleep.
somewhere to be.
You came to see me?
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Got to be something fun to do. Always comes with fun.
That I could spend all day here.
I'm not living if I get myself injured.
What did I do to deserve this?
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Not sure what they've...
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Well said. We must rest. Though the...
Near these.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident. I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as lead.
Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we?
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
This is beyond me, I'm afraid.
What's this all about?
Medicine? Now! Now! Now!
Oh, someone help me! Oh.
Isn't the dragon, but these pests what worry me.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
The pursuit of betterment is an endless journey.
You're back! Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead? You're back! Pray, tell me, have you found anything? What? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
This place ne'er fails to calm my spirit.
I know so little of this world. This place cheers me right up.
Some meat would be nice.
Me again.
I'll pour up to
so dull.
Nary a tale to all that fuss.
Interested in my wares?
Whatever it is, I'll have to hear it another time.
Aye, that Lady Eleanor is a goodly person.
As I recall, the two shared a few whispered words, and I heard them say aught about staying quiet.
All this worrying's giving me an achy back.
Every minute of this existence.
I ought to be getting home.
My prayers will surely be rewarded. A short repose would do me a world of good.
You're back! Pray, tell me, have you... I have noticed that the abbess goes out.
It's you again. What are you doing now?
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
This job better be worth tired. It's too bloody early.
Time to be heading home.
I'll go.
I'm nodding off where I stand. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
All this worrying's giving me an achy back.
Aye?
In need of a doctor, are you? What's this you're giving me? Oh, I see. You want me to run some sort of test on this? Determine what manner of substance 'tis? Interesting. Well, you've certainly piqued my curiosity. Whatever your reasons, I'll take a look. Naturally, I'll need a bit of time with it. Come back again in, oh, I don't know, later.
I swear I've never slept better.
Need anything? Now here's a welcome sight. Very well, I hope?
Isn't that something?
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Isn't there anything to do round here?
All places were so welcoming as
Washing,
What was it
cleaning,
I had to
the
do?
chores and
I barely the vim to tie my boots.
Wearing armor all day.
Reckon your road's been a long one. Trade towns can make you right sick of crowds.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow. I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway?
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Need anything? Oh, I'm in fine fettle.
Where will the wind blow me today, I wonder?
Ah, there you are. You've come at a good time. I've just finished running those tests. I must ask, where did you acquire that concoction? 'Tis a fell thing you got there. To be plain, 'tis more poison than physic. It has the potential to heal one's ailments, certainly. But only if they could survive long enough, which isn't likely. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but I should hope whoever made this did not intend it as a method of treatment. You'd have to be well and truly mad to attempt such a thing. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but...
I'm in fine fettle today.
Very well. I shall return.
Maybe I'll make myself scarce.
It's you again. What are you doing now? Right here.
Is there aught I can help you with, sir? Oh, if you're looking for Lubomir, his condition deteriorated to the point that he had to be moved to the basement sick room. He's not allowed visitors, I'm afraid, not even family. Even we're not allowed to go see him. No need to worry, though. The Abbess is tending to him personally. She'll nurse him back to full health, I'm sure of it. Is there aught I can... Oh, if he's not allowed visitors, no need to worry, though.
I know so little of this world, and of myself.
Someone to talk to.
A moment's prayer can do a world of good.
What are you doing?
Unhand me this instant.
Many thanks for your assistance in this matter. Elena is being questioned as we speak. Suffice to say, your testimony, combined with the evidence you've procured, have cast a great deal of suspicion upon the abbess that she isn't like to shake. Pray have this, sir. 'Tis your reward for aiding us in our duty to this city.
What must needs be done? Townspeople
It easy today. My knees are acting up. Still a while ago before we ships over.
This sits funny with me, truth be told.
There's aught about you, I have to say. Welcome. My thanks.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen. This is no life.
Have you not eyes to see my busy state? Will this take long? Whate'er 'tis. Whate'er 'tis.
What do you presume to gain by this, Arisen?
Shall we get some rest then?
one such as me.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Oh, heavens above! What are we to do? 'Twas you, wasn't it? You took the abyss from us. How could you do this? The acts she committed were unforgivable. This I cannot deny. But what do you expect will befall the rest of us in her absence? Without the abyss, we cannot possibly attend to all our patients. Without her guidance, I... Forgive me. 'Twas an improper thing to say in light of the lives taken so unjustly. I will do what I can, but I fear I cannot attend to everyone here. I will do what I can. What teachings might salve the people's world?
Wickedness has no hold upon the truth. Causes conflict to plague.
I will do what I can.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
What? You had the abbess arrested? Why, she's the Lady Saint, isn't she? Ah, of course. That's why you had me look at that mixture. Well, I'll have naught more to do with this, thank you. In fact, I rather wish you hadn't involved me to begin with. But I suppose I could be persuaded to change my mind. Don't look at me like that. If you want my services, 'twill cost you. That's how the world works. I'll require a significant donation if I'm to alleviate the effects of that so-called medicine. See? That wasn't so difficult, was it? You'll find that I'm happy to aid those in need, so long as I get my dues. No need to fret. I'm a hard worker when the pay is right. No need to fret.
Head will roll if force goes awry.
Need anything?
Well met, sir. How stays between you then?
Well, hello there, sir. What can I do you for? Not that I really need to ask. Ah, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the border, where quarrels occur every other day. Always a pleasure. Why? Peruse at your leisure, sir.
Things for supper. Need anything?
Can't work as late as I used to anymore.
Fancy a look at my web?
Well, come, if you think me a liar, then buy some. Something and see the truth for yourself. Hope to see you again.
No purchases to be made today, I see.
I just hope the shopkeep understands. The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Where did my papers wander off?
Finish it tomorrow.
Welcome, sir. After all, 'tis folly to linger on a single vocation when there are so many. The exciting methods of combat to be tried. Always a pleasure.
Our foes will quail in the wake of your fearsome blows, Master.
Strike well. Know that we shall aid you as needed. I must earn.
I've not an inkling of what... My feet always take me.
Not a foe in sight.
A brief respite is naught to decry.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Harpies descend!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
The fire must be put out ere our comrade burns. The paths to victory are myriad indeed. That strategy never would have occurred to me.
Truly? That was superb, Arisen.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
You have my protection. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
All this fuss over a moment's incaution. It shan't happen again. You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you? Feast your eyes on this!
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever, I'm yours to command.
If we're to break it, it shan't be from this side.
True enough.
Is there any way to climb up there? I'm not sure what we'll find, but it might be something useful.
My nose tells me there's aught close by. I'll have a look.
Keep your ears pricked all the same. Our foes might well use this chance to sneak up on us.
Our traits mesh well together. Each of us is suited to a different task.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
This is no great shock to me.
Brought me some tales of your adventures, I hope? Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad. To assist you. Do come again.
A trickster, eh? Well chosen, Arisen.
We pawns shall have to be adaptable to cope with your varied tactics.
Had many customers with decent
I'll feel a sight better once I've had my dinner.
A good sleep will ensure we are Good morrow, everyone.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
You'll have my head if I skip another patrol.
I can't wait to see what the day holds. Haven't had many customers with decent coin of late.
Lots to do.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Oh, did it pertain to the Queen Regent and an important personage, perchance?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
'Tis you. You can't know how grateful I am to you. I could feel death's hand at my throat, and that horrid abbess urging it to choke the life out of me. But owing to your aid, here I am, feeling myself again.
Good tidings, sir. A doctor has come, Sir Radcliffe. He's been tending to our patients, and I am thrilled to say that their condition is much improved. I am eternally grateful for his aid. We were in desperate need of guidance, you know, but when I told him as much, he said to save my thanks for you. I know not what transpired, but thank you, nevertheless. Though we have no doubt lost favor in the people's eyes, I shall strive to earn it back. I hoped you might make use of this. I'd have taken him for a charlatan, but there can be no doubt that Sir Radcliffe is a skilled doctor indeed. It just goes to show one mustn't put too much stock in appearances.
Little happiness is all I ask of life.
I'll not stick my head where it'll get cut off.
Grant us thy blessings.
I cannot stand to remain here another hour. Scrap. I only polished it this morning.
My duty concluded. I must be vigilant. The task will depend on me.
Not much going on.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
They can be most convenient, though. They only travel during the day.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here? A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
So, you seek to enter Batal, I presume? I'll have to check your permit.
Leave this place at once. You have no right to be here.
This looks as good a place as any.
Why, you there. Your presence is requested at the tavern this evening. Who's the one requesting? I didn't ask. 'Tis none of my concern. The fellow said aught about the usual place.
How's life treating you?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
I am confident we shall see this. Matter to a successful conclusion.
We're off to Vernworth Palace then. We're off to Vernworth Palace then. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. Have no fear, Martha.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Sleep.
Oh, how lovely.
Bedroll.
I'll have to remember this place.
Always sets me to thinking, this place.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I wish the Minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere. There are times when no one's standing watch there at all.
Aye, it happened just yesterday, in fact.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Well, well. We meet again. Is this stealthy business becoming a habit of yours?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, it is you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, milady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, milady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Need I say more?
Something tells me this shan't be the last I see of you. Perhaps you'll be good enough to repay me when next we meet. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait. This is neither the time nor the place for it.
I'm about ready to fall asleep on my
all my days. Anyone will notice if I stay here a bit. Oh dear.
Slim pickings of late.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
Well met, sir.
Suppose I could enjoy some idle chit-chat.
I'm always doing bad for once.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilt between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melv? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it will help speed you on your way to Melv.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phaser's fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
Sir Fulvio, the artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned, is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
Welcome to... And quality is what you need if you want to... Survive. Many thanks. I appreciate the business. Well met.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
A journey to prepare for, after all. We can't afford to cut corners.
The rules at your
Sometimes I wonder.
Good evening, sir. I trust you.
Shall we get some rest then?
This inspires naught but misgivings.
So tired. I've barely the vim to tie
Look
my
as
boots.
long as you please.
Always another
beseech my feet.
What shall I do today?
I only pray my watch finishes without it.
I'm about ready to fall asleep.
Suppose I ought check the wheels before we depart.
You wish me to return? At once, master.
Such a quiet
Mayhap a banquet would alleviate.
I'm just grateful I get to lead
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
You know, many of our patrons wish to take me for themselves. Yet there is something different about you. How curious. I lived a simpler life once, but one man changed all that. 'Tis no simple matter for a woman to make it this far on her lonesome. Yet after all this time, here I am. Here I am. 'Tis no simple matter. Here I am. 'Tis no simple matter. Here I am.
Off to market I go.
'Tis no simple matter. Here I.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
All's lost.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Tis draconic in form, yet aught about it is odd.
Tis a formidable foe beyond us.
Indeed, we must bring all we have to bear against it.
The Arisen has been torched! Quick! Douse the flames!
Mind the blue hood sprays. 'Twill do more than sting.
Gently. Peril approaches. unexpected creature, by all appearances. We could easily redirect its focus with our attacks.
By your leave. Show yourself! 'Twas a lesson in determination. Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you unharmed. You must return to the village. Everyone is concerned for you.
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this. Thank you. Truly.
That wasn't the dragon, but a poor imitation of it. No wonder I feel so hollow. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk the same path as I have. 'Tis a style all my own, a patchwork of techniques, honed for the sole purpose of slaying the dragon.
Wonder if there's any easy
This is a place to forget one's troubles.
We're saved. I haven't the words to thank you. I doubt we would have pulled through if not for you.
It's one of life's great pleasures.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles.
We must rest. Though this...
Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Can't place what is, but the seems strange.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
A hard day's work.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both.
Oh, how I've longed to embrace my bedroll.
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Feeling rested, I trust? Fewer burdens certainly makes for smoother travels. I dare say the spring has returned to your stepmaster. We're saved.
Wasn't sure we'd survive that, but here we are. My thanks for your efforts.
As a reward for your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that your Majesty return once you've procured such attire. is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's or shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so your Majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Master, pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Pray, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform your Majesty when I have prepared a plan of action.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this Godsway? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Brandt's investigation.
You have my support.
How will the wind blow me today, I wonder? I better get to work.
Another way to save your own skin. Now here's a welcome sight.
A minute now. Sense getting the whole thing.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
Best head to market before it slips my mind.
This place is very dreary.
My sincerest apologies. Lady Wilhelmina is attending to a patron at present.
Have you given the matter some more thought, Wilhelmina? I would have no other as my personal courtesan. I want you all to myself. When I imagine you in the arms of another, my heart feels apt to rend itself from my breast.
Allard, pray forgive me, but I think 'twould be best for you to leave. We can discuss this matter another time.
But why? We've only just...
I am attending to a burden that all women must bear. I trust I need not elaborate further. I did not take you for the voyeuristic type. Why don't you come in? You have my thanks. Had I not noticed your presence, I might have slain him there and then. 'Tis no jest. You see, everything I've done these past few years has been leading up to this. I am here to kill him. But I cannot simply end his life. Oh no. I must first expose his misdeeds. Only then will I allow myself to grant him the miserable end he deserves. Or so I'd sworn. But I've yet to find a single shred of evidence. Perhaps the time has come to surrender this crusade. You would lend me your aid. But I've done nary a thing to earn it. And recall that I've devoted years of my life to his pursuit, with naught to show for my troubles. If the proof I seek yet exists, 'twill not be so easily uncovered. I suppose there is truly naught I can do. Save deliver him a gruesome demise for all to behold, that is. Still, if you insist upon searching for evidence of his crimes, 3 days. I will give you 3 days to find what you seek. I shall wait patiently, though not with bated breath.
This is where I come when life gets... Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
Been a while since I heard a good story.
I don't imagine you'll find aught so long after the fact. And yet, when I look into your eyes, I find myself strangely hopeful. Still, I shan't grant you more than 3 days. You'd best be off.
Minister Allard is a noble, yes? Do we know of anyone privy to the goings-on in the palace?
A difficult choice indeed.
Would you mind coming over here? I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, as Minister Allard is one of the Queen Regent's faction, I expect he speaks regularly with the Regent King Sven.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
You wish to expose Allard's misdeeds. I know not whether I can assist you in this, friend. Ah, but of course, Patrick may know aught that could aid you. Go to his manor come nightfall. If you say you are in my employ, you should be allowed entry with no issue.
Almost nodded off for a moment there.
I'm in it now. It is a dreary life, this, with all its comforts.
No time to sleep.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mate. Can't make a living.
I've no time to be social. I've too much to do.
Allard, long have I borne witness to the man's arrogance, and long has it infuriated me. I visited his manor once. I recall that he was rather particular about the placement of his paintings. Mayhap he's concealed aught behind one. 'Tis just the sort of thing one would expect from a man who places so much stock in appearances. Shall I summon him here? You could make use of his absence to steal into his manor and inspect his art collection. Excellent. I will send word to him presently of some urgent matter that requires his intervention. Once you've seen him depart his manor, make your way inside and stay alert.
We may not get a second chance at this.
Let us make for Minister Allard's estate and slip in once we've seen him leave. Pray, allow me to show you the way.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Pray, follow me. We're here, Master.
Seems naught ever goes right.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
No one will disturb me here.
Mayhap a banquet would alleviate the tedium.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
I suspect this will suffice as proof. Minister Allard is a noble, yes? Then it stands to reason that Captain Branch would know of him. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
I've had damn near enough of wastrels.
Got to face it. No one coming to my rescue.
Could use a dash of salt.
Places such as this depend upon my vigilance.
Wouldn't say no to a bit of excitement.
Have a look. Say, do I know you from somewhere? Always. Plenty of gossip to be had here on
You always manage to put a smile on my face.
A tad rowdy, but I shan't
Oh
complain.
dear. What am I to do? My body's not forgiven me for last night's stuff.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? How extraordinary.
Fancy a gander?
How grand it must be to live a life of adventure.
Always the same.